My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube station. I've worked thousands of IRS cases. Yeah, I have. I don't even know. I've been in private practice for 42 years. I try to do education. Obviously, I do representation, but I want to give you information you need. What is the damaging effect of federal tax liens? That's what I'm talking about. I actually changed my signature because I filed so many federal tax liens when I worked there. I was in charge of the office of reviewing the liens and signing them. I probably filed 3,000 liens. I used to write my name out, Michael D. Sullivan. Now I've changed my signature with one stroke because my hand was actually got sore. So I know the tax liens forward. If you ever could go back to the Broward County Courthouse years ago, you'd found out how many federal tax liens I filed. Anyway, what is the effect of a federal tax lien? Well, first of all, the government files them if you owe over $50,000. Used to be $10,000 and went to $25,000 in certain cases. IRS can file a federal tax lien at any time, just so you know. Once you tell them you can't pay, once IRS sends you a 504 letter, usually comes certified, and then you get the LT11 and the 1058 letter, IRS will file that federal tax. If a revenue officer gets your case and you have unfiled returns and you have a tax debt, that's another reason they'll file a lien if they see two factors, unfiled returns and a balance. So what is the federal tax lien? It does nothing to your credit, nothing, because it's not reported on credit reports. They can't, because the credit reports through the Fair Trade Credit Act, they needed to go ahead and show certain information, and the federal government could not provide that information with the Social Security number and other factors that the credit industry needed. So no one's going to know. It's not going to affect your credit at all. Most people do not know that. The damaging effect is if you want to get a loan or someone wants to check county records, courthouse records, and that federal tax lien is going to be there, and you're going to have to deal with that. Actually, if you are in certain industries like a stockbroker or people or a government, work for the government, and they do checks on you, that federal tax lien is going to come up. So if you're in certain industries, you have to show you have a federal tax lien. If people are doing due diligence on you, they're going to check if you're going to sell a piece of property, that federal tax lien is going to attach. For others, it's not going to affect because it's not on the credit report. So the whole idea is, if you have a federal tax lien, is to deal with it. If you get a liability under $50,000, you can pay down. IRS will release the federal tax lien if you make 3 payments. So it all depends. Some people it affects, some people it doesn't. So remember, it doesn't go on your credit report. But if anyone is doing any digging, you're in an industry that they have to do financial records checks and pull the courthouse records, it's going to affect you big time. Anyway, let me know. Offers and compromise, by the way, can remove federal tax liens if they're approved. Anyway, that is the truth, and that is the skinny on everything you need to know. I'm always available for representation. Thank you.